So right now there is a very backslide on the organizing rights. There are not independent unions in Mexico and Latin America. How it works is that they already have some yellow unions, which we call, or they call it charo unions there, which are the government unions or the government supported unions or the management supported unions, which are in a factory, and most often the workers don't even know they have a union. They have a collective bargaining. They are not even aware of that, and when they try to form an independent union, there are repercussions, there are threats, there is intimidation. So that's a big climate of fear in union organizing, which we incidentally think is if this whole this issue would be solved if the workers were themselves led, organized, and they could bring the issues onto the fore, then this whole issue of sweatshops could be solved.
So there could be a role for niche products that say, listen, this worker was paid an extra $2 an hour and had X working conditions. And if that makes people more willing to buy the product, then instead of just raising the price of a product and getting an unemployment effect on the labor, instead now you've actually shifted out the demand for the product so more people want it. As a result, wages can be higher. The way to think of it actually is like Michael Jordan gets paid for endorsing Nikes. As far as I know, he's never stitched a single sneaker in his life. Why does he get paid the money? Because it creates subjective value in our brains because, well, maybe we all want to be like Mike. And because of that, we're more willing to pay for the product. Well, if we know the worker's being paid more, and that makes subjective value in our mind say, okay, now we're willing to pay more for the same product, well then fine, that can be a business strategy that works for the corporation, that works for the worker, and works for the activist. But it has to be voluntary, because if it's not actually creating the value in people's mind and it just raises the price, then we get the unemployment effect.